And we're back. Where we last left our heroes was they were plummeting to their death into some kind of rogue planet out in the middle of deep space. Their electronics and all advanced technologies and even basic technology such as guns seem to be affected by this planet's magnetic field. As the players are plummeting into this rogue planet's atmosphere, Tycho Vance is on the bridge saying, "Oh no!" We got Phaedra Bennett watching the vampire, ensuring that it's not waking up. Robert has been awakened or disturbed from his meditation as the ship goes into a spiral, and he is thrown from his meditation. Not being aware of exactly what is happening. Well, actually, you're meditating. I guess you would be aware, but non-caring. Um, and then Malakai is trying to get into his suit, get his suit powered up. Now you can use advanced magic if you wish. All advanced magic is paradox. Using a gun is technically advanced magic in this area. You'll have to test out to see, but I'm giving you at least that level just from what Malachi has experienced. Is that it goes to pretty much anything, what, 17th, 18th century and beyond is pretty rough. You might be able to get like a flintlock. That might work.
I check my my ray gun. Is it similarly malfunctioning?
Yep. With a little bit of effort and some paradox, you might be able to get it to work for a little bit.
All right. I turn on the safety and holster it. What is my current understanding of what's going on here?
Let's have you make a roll here for that. So, cosmology plus intelligent or wits.
Straight wits roll. Difficulty?
Difficulty 8.
One success.
That's enough to know stuff. Anybody else want to make that roll?
Yep. Also straight wits.
What was the roll?
Ooh, wow.
Cosmology plus wits.
Oh, it's supposed to be at an 8, but that's still 5 successes.
Yep, difficulty 8. And you do need cosmology in order to perform this. You can't do just wits.
Okay, never mind then.
I'm sorry. Actually, I'll let you do just wits, but I will make it a difficulty of 10. And Malakai, you don't need to reroll.
Okay.
You do not get 2 successes from your 10s.
Yeah, because...
Actually, it's difficulty 9. You need 2 successes to succeed. 10 still give you 2 successes in that case. Because there is no... In Mage, they try to get rid of the idea of difficulty 10.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Robert's in a meditative haze.
I am very confused coming out of my meditative state.
Did you not have cosmology?
No, I didn't.
Oh, so it would be difficulty 9 for you, but still you botch. So we'll get into that in a little bit here. Malakai actually comes out with 4 successes on his for the 2 10s that he got. Tycho got 3, and then Phaedra, I'm guessing that you're more concerned about this vampire than anything about. You don't really even know what the hell's going on right now, so. I mean, kind of. You can see that stuff is going on around you. I guess you could make a shot in the dark too if you don't have cosmology.
Good.
You're good. Okay.
Checking this. vitals
Vampire
related.
seems to be fine right now. It doesn't seem to be affected directly. Of course, you don't have any of your instruments to tell whether or not the sedative that's inside of him is holding or not, because that is advanced science. That's definitely keeping him under.
The sedatives, or being able to make sure that the sedatives are working.
You know that the sedatives are advanced science, and the ability to check to see if the sedatives are working is advanced science as well. So technically, I guess you could do that. You just would be garnishing paradox for
No.
doing vulgar advanced science. Experimental in this area. All right, so we'll start then with Tycho. Tycho, you get a general idea of probably what you've encountered here is that this quote-unquote planet has some kind of magnetic field that is adverse to advanced science and is probably attuned to other types of I'm trying to think of the words for it, but basically it's attuned to different magic, so it's a different paradigm here. Malakai is that's where I would say that Tycho gets that kind of like there's something going on with the magnetic field or something. Malakai, I would say you kind of understand the concept that there's that this is a realm is just anti this it's not just a rogue planet, it's probably an alternate dimension that has attuned its reality so that it accepts magic over advanced science.
Shit.
Can we see this thing?
I mean, you can kind of see it. I mean, so the only thing that's kind of lighting this planet, quote unquote, is the starlight and the. I mean, there's no immediate sun or immediate star in its orbit. It's a rogue. So there. I mean, the night sky is bright as fuck because there's no cities or anything on this thing, and there's no there's just big giant fucking balls of light surrounding this thing, but they're all really fucking far away, not like the sun. So there is some starlight. There's no moonlight or anything like that, so you can barely kind of make out what the hell's going on. And it looks like you're just plummeting towards what might be a forest, I would say. You might be able to make that out. I'm fine with giving that information.
Is it still pretty far away?
No, like you're not seeing it from a planetary view. You're seeing it from like the ground is rushing up on you, and you probably have about maybe a minute or two, maybe
Okay,
probably a minute.
All right. Unless the captain is doing stuff, I'm going to start yelling at people, looking for a leadership role, and I'm going to yell at them to, you all trained for this. Get to the mechanical backups as fast as you can. We're gliding in. The rest of you, get to the safety pods. That's got to be a thing.
Oh yeah, there's escape pods.
No, safety pods.
Oh, just get buckled in.
Yeah. Get to your safe spaces.
Get to your stations. Yeah. So the captain.
Stations don't work.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, well, yeah. That's actually some of the problem here. So the captain is giving orders, but nothing is fucking working. So nothing makes. It's just like everybody's kind of. But you kind of taking command. She doesn't have advanced science capabilities. She's just enhanced. So you have the ability to maybe make this ship work again for, probably, unless you want to take on a shitload of paradox, probably not for very long, but you might be able to get enough power or enough things working so that it can, glide like you said. And I think just what you just did is just perfect enough to make the leadership plus charisma roll difficulty of 6.
And there it is. That is 2 successes.
All right, so 2 successes.
And I'm going to strap myself into a chair because I am not trained on this ship.
So now you can make an arete roll. I'm going to say difficulty of... So it normally would be 6, but it's going to go down by 2 to bring it 4. Well, no, sorry. I'm going to start doing where 1 success to, at least get it going, and then the rest give you -1. So
I'm not sure I'm trying to do magic, though.
in order to power this ship, you are, yes. If you want the ship to be able to work for a short amount of time, you're going to have to do a vulgar magic roll. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. But you will incur automatically 1 point of
I will go ahead and roll my ret. Difficulty 4, you said?
Yep, base is technically 6 because it's a vulgar roll, so you get 1 point of automatic paradox.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
What's your paradox at?
I'm at 4 right now.
Okay, I'm not going to backlash you. You guys are going to get a lot of paradox this game.
I'm at 5 now.
Oh, now you're at 5. Ooh, well, no. I'll let you 1 more, probably. So with that, I will let you basically get enough power and things working. Like you start like hitting the panels properly, like, just like you know how to like manipulate things just a little bit better, and just commanding people, like it just somehow things just start working for, barely enough to get you guys into a good glide, and you actually land instead of crash landing.
Wait, I want to throw some flavor on this.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
It makes sense. Because I grew up in the construct, I remembered that all ship designs have mechanical backups. That's why I knew about it, because I used to like watch them build the shit. And so I went over in front of the pilot's chair, and I start ripping open panels. And I'm like, you guys remember this from your training from a long time ago? And I start pointing at levers. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. We forgot about that shit.
Yeah, it's not quite covered in the new brand new ship stuff. It's, never really thought of, actually. It's interesting that you know that shit. And even the captain is kind of like, what the fuck? Like, because it's not really covered, actually. But I'm going to definitely say that it's there. And yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
All right, screw it then. I'm landing the ship then.
I mean, they kind of know what you like. When you do what you're doing, they see what you're doing, and there's basically you're kind of manipulating it a way to bring it into a manual mode. That is, advanced science-y. You could easily do it, but the ship is, it'd be like Voyager's to a certain level of technology, gel packs and shit like that.
My final indulgence. Brace for impact!
And nice soft landing.
Oh.
You were gonna crash land, but it stopped it from crash landing. You actually guys got a nice set down. And then like everything kind of powers down. Or starts fritzing out again. And it's not powered down. It just seems like energy's being drained. The node's not working properly. Everything just seems to be fritzing out. You hit one command, it does something else. Like I said, you can make it work to a certain degree with advanced science. It is just paradox ridding yourself when you do that.
Yeah.
But we still have Robert, though, who during this entire time has... So you botched on your trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. And what you believe is that you have fallen into, like... Because you've had this happen to you before. you think you're on you're no longer in your body. You're no like this is not happening. This is all like this entire episode for you moving forward is a hallucination. But it's a
Fantastic.
serious-ish, like you're like, okay, but you can learn stuff from these hallucinations and shit to a certain degree, and it seems to be like you're a little bit more coherent than you normally would be.
Yeah, I am fully ready to learn the lessons that this strange experience is ready to show me. I can't wait to fill you guys full of positive platitudes.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. All right, so you guys have landed softly. You do see off in the distance. Oh, I forgot I needed to make that. So we are going to. Let me add this picture in real quick here. I do apologize. Let's do. It's all fine. I don't care. Just give me a look at. Okay, we can delete you now, and we can add you. You guys touch down just outside of a castle. Old, decrepit, looks like it's not well upkept in the middle of a crazy decrepit forest. You also broke like, a bunch of trees.
You got to move.
Am I the only one not seeing it?
Yep, you
Yep,
probably
you
are
got
not seeing it. You are not seeing it.
we're still seeing
Now you are seeing
Still
it.
see the bridge.
Now you should see it. Yes? Yes. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. I thought it was me, so I refreshed the page.
You're all like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I'm watching on Twitch, so I can see it all the time.
Oh yeah, see, smart. All right, so you guys see before you what looks to be a decrepit castle. You can see it out through the windows, or if you get a panel to work for a short amount of time, which you might be able to do without any paradox for just a little look if you're in the cargo bay.
All right. I start. Unless the captain is, starting to do her duties, I'm going to start yelling out the standard. We have crash landed on an alien planet. Go through the fucking checklist command. And then when everybody looks confused, I'm like, the mechanical backups are in the cabinet over there. Learn how to use a fucking pencil.
Like, oh shit, this will be interesting. we'll get the ship working. We'll figure out what the hell's going on here. And she says that with very little confidence. And the captain tries to take control of the situation, but everybody's just kind of like, a pencil? What the fuck's a pencil?
Is Malakai near me? Did he come to the bridge?
I eventually would have made my way to the bridge once I realized my armor wasn't working.
Yep, so he's on the bridge now.
You
All right.
notice that all
Okay.
the shit. You notice all the shit doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, what level of weaponry do we have access to?
Somewhere, my guess is between flintlock and bow and arrow.
Do we have anything like that on the ship?
There's some fabricators that could make it in normal scenarios. Quick, do I have a revolver that we used back in the day?
Yeah, if you want to have one from back in the day.
All right. Does it seem to have, the simple single action revolver? Does it have the same kind of taint to it that the P90 does?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so toss
It's not
that.
as bad. It might work every couple of shots, but it might fail. It's not going to give you paradox. It just might fail.
Okay. And this is, I feel like this one's 50-50, and so if we can go.
All right. Looks like it's swords and shields.
Yeah, I mean, spears are pretty effective.
Yeah, spears too. Do we have anything on board that's like that?
Got to be some pipe someplace that we can sharpen.
Ish, yeah, like that. Metal poles and stuff like that that you could get to harness into spear-like kind of things. Anybody have craft?
I do not.
I thought about it. Did I take it? I did not. Damn it.
I look around. Is there anybody not doing anything on the bridge?
Most people, because there's nothing to, kind of. I mean, well, I mean, they're all trying to do stuff. They're getting out all the manuals on how to, like, do some stuff, but they're not going to be of any real help, to be honest. I mean, unless you want to use them for something else, they're not being useful right now.
I point at two of them and I say, I say their names because I know their names because I'm prepared. I'm like, Tessa and Lysander, get over here.
Yes, sir.
All right, Lysander, you go find Robert, and Tessa, go get Phaedra, and tell them to report to the cargo bay.
Yes, sir. And he runs and goes and grabs Phaedra and Robert. Do you guys protest at all to the summoning?
I meet her at the door before she gets into the room that I was in. I'll be down shortly.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, no, I am following right along, and I'm super curious about where we are and what's going on.
All right. And I take Malakai down to the cargo bay, and I'm like, okay, we gotta get outside the ship and establish a perimeter and do a, what's that called? A threat analysis.
I don't care what we do, but we have to get off this planet ASAP.
Yeah, the mooks are handling that shit for now.
I do not know when my guests wake up because of this situation.
Ooh.
Well, if worse comes to worse, we can leave him.
Rude.
Shit.
Worse really comes to words.
No, that's true.
Yep. All right.
You
Well,
think we can leave him here? You're funny.
Do you need to go back to your lab?
I debated that, and I think me being out here helping to get us off this planet would suit my needs more than me staring at someone who may or may not wake up.
sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's. Are there anything? Are there like riot shields? Anything like that? Just pieces of metal with handles.
I mean, I want to say yes, but I also want to feel like, no, they all have, like, energy shields and shit. Why would you? The fuck are you, a barbarian?
I don't.
But I'm gonna say that in the storage locker there is some.
There's like plastic or acrylic.
Oh man, does plastic even work here?
I don't know if you
Pick
can
it up.
make it here. I feel once it's made, it's a thing. It's not like.
I mean, if you're asking whether a thing that's a mechanical device made out of plastic, then it would probably have some kind of weird quirk the same way. But if you're talking like a frisbee, frisbee would probably be fine. It might warp a little bit when you're trying to throw it. a container might leak a little bit more, for whatever reason. But yeah, that all
it's just
comes
kind
down
of like
to it
shitty.
being made, and if when it's made, it'd be vulgar making it. But yeah, once it's in reality, depending on how far it's breaking the rules, which plastic kind of breaks a lot of rules, but then it's not obvious that it breaks the rules to a certain degree, until you see it in action. So like a flying device would probably still not work even if made out of plastic. But that would be, a really good way of making a device that could, easily just have wings and glide around.
Well, let's see if the doors work.
I will
I go
allow
and
for
try.
there is a there
Sure.
it does not work electronically, but there is a manual like, handle thing that you can use. You gotta put a lot of effort into it. It's not just a little door handle though, but need a strength check, difficulty of 6, need 1 success.
Just straight up strength.
Straight up strength, one person. Or I guess you could all band together if you want. That's fine too.
Who's strong?
I've got 2.
I got 3.
Go for it.
Go for it, Phaedra.
All the men step back and go, "You're up, Phaedra." Oh, does Robert also have anything to say about this crazy trip that he's on?
I was going to ask him soon.
Oh, I don't know.
I got 1 success.
That's all you needed.
Yeah, when Robert shows up, I'll kind of give him the quick rundown. Like, we have landed on a rogue planet. Then technology is not working.
So I don't have craft, but I do have survival, and I have been on my own for a while. Could I make some simplistic tools?
Yeah, given time for sure.
There's got to be like some sort of sharp piece of metal around.
Yeah, in
I'm
the
gonna
cargo
go
bay.
find-
Yeah, there's some stuff that you could find that you could make shift. You just have to spend like, some time.
I am going to spend some time to find a sharp piece of metal I can hold in my hand.
Not a problem. Not gonna make you guys roll for anything simple, of course, like what Tycho just asked for. That's perfectly fine.
I would like to poke my
Could
head
I make a
outside.
stone axe?
I'll also say you can find like a shield-like things that you can kind of make shift into shields in the cargo bay.
I just want to poke my head outside, take a look around.
All right. You poke your head outside and you kind of see, just a decrepit forest. Every tree looks like it's kind of dead and or dying. You don't understand how even any of this stuff is here because it's, there is some, plant life, and even you kind of feel like you hear, or you actually give me a perception plus alertness check.
Okay, add a 6.
Difficulty 6, yep. Oh. All right. Well, so Malakai, you kind of get nice little threat assessment, just with your eyes here.
Yeah, that's what
You
I'm
can
looking for.
tell that there might be animals like far off into the distance, but whatever you did would have scared off anything. You can kind of hear the sounds of animals far off in the distance, and you can also hear like the crackle of fire coming from inside of the castle. Oh no, I take that back. There would be no crackle of fire. But there are like animal sounds, like you kind of like you hear like the squeal of a rat because you just have like the perfect hearing of, I don't know, Spider-Man apparently, but
Anything close?
but nothing close by. There seems to be possibly activity inside of the castle, but for the most part, everything seems to be pretty dead around here.
Dead quiet.
You do see spider webs and stuff like that, so that'll kind of tip you off that there are like spider life.
I inform everybody else.
After finally getting a little bit of a idea of what's going on, I ask to clarify. I kind of point to all of the gear and briefcase and neural things and all that I have, and I say, so you mean all of this is useless to us?
At the moment, and I cock a combat knife.
So I throw all of it on the ground in the cargo bay, and I take off my suit coat and my shirt, and I throw my leather jacket back on, and I say, we didn't need that stuff anyway. We've got each other. And I just walk over to the door and just kind of put my hand over my eyes, and like I'm like shielding the sun, and I just start kind of like looking.
Yeah.
Is it bright out?
I go over to Robert and I check his pupils. Are you okay? Did you ingest anything recently?
Nope. I'm doing good. I'm ready to see what this thing thinks it can throw at us.
He's
What
got normal
thing?
pupils.
This whatever we landed on.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. I feel like the idea that we broke through the canopy right in front of this structure may have something to do with us getting pulled to it, is my take. Area seems pretty clear around the ship if we want to
Well,
head
I mean,
for a better view.
it's obvious that the structure is where we're meant to go. There's something in that structure that is going to be very important to us. I know it.
I walk over to Robert and I square up to him like, Robert, what do you think is happening right now?
I think we are about to go on a very important quest.
The man's on mission. Let's get ready to go here.
I don't know why we're all standing around. I like where Malakai's head's at.
Yeah, I'm like continuing to look.
I look
outside
around
of
for
the
a
ship.
crowbar.
Robert,
You see a crowbar.
Yes.
we just crash landed on a rogue planet. There is no intentionality to this happening. We need to get the ship working again and get off of this place.
That's such a Tycho thing to say.
I shake my head and walk away, and I point over at Lysander and say, you, go get me a status report from the captain. Tessa, if he isn't back in 5 minutes, you go and find him.
Yes, sir.
And I take my sharp piece of metal, and I'm like, all right, let's go outside.
Hold on. I do inventory first. I go over and I grab my satchel and make sure I have my med kit, like basic med kit, and all my venom vials that I have. And I'll take some enlargement stuff for emergencies. And a
Phaedra's
trank
like,
gun.
I'll take some paradox now that I've read it all up.
Yeah.
And you also have
got
vicissitude,
that.
which will not incur paradox, but you only have one point in it. So, I mean, minor alterations to yourself, I believe, is 1 point in vicissitude.
Okay. So, like, could I enlarge, like, just one body part? Is that what that means? Or, like...
No, it's more like you can, like, reshape your face into, something different. You can kind of do some basic body modification.
Ooh. Okay.
I mean, you already have access to all of that through life, but this just makes it so that it works everywhere. It's not magic. I mean, yeah, it's not magic.
This might be really dumb decision, but so technology doesn't work unless we like fuel it with magic right now.
Correct. Yep.
Is that my understanding? Okay.
Well, I mean,
I would like
unless you
I would like
concentrate
to
really
play my recording of Tycho singing the chorus to his space shanty that I made on my phone on loop to inspire the march.
I I have some ideas of what to do right now. I just don't know of how far I want to take it.
So here's my
You get no
question.
paradox. I'm gonna
Okay,
go back.
cool.
Yep, it works. It actually works, and you guys are like, what the fuck? Well, I mean, I guess you could be like, oh, he's just filling himself with paradigm. You know, like that's gonna break eventually, and then he's not gonna be happy about it. But
I'm gonna say our code, Robert. Remember back when we were worried that our minds would break? So we came up with a code.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
I'm
say
lucid.
that.
I am lucid.
Yeah, but you should reflect if I'm using that code.
Yeah, no, that's a very Phaedra thing to say.
God damn it.
Yep. This is one of those situations where I definitely want to treat it in a different way because I know something out of game. But at this point, Robert's just acting weird.
I don't even see that. He seems to be on point for getting to the bottom of what's going on right now.
Also,
And
I have a quick question. So when you came in, you said you took off your suit jacket and shirt and put on your leather jacket. When have
Yes.
you ever had a leather jacket?
I've actually had it as armor for the last couple sessions.
Oh, okay. I am cool with that.
yeah,
Do you
and
have
when
your
you
suitcase?
No,
That's
it
why
doesn't
I asked-
work right now.
Yeah, that's why
He threw that.
I told you the code, because I've never seen you without your suitcase.
He threw
Even
that
when
shit
we
on the
were on other
ground.
planet.
He threw
God,
a suitcase on the ground, man.
I know. It's fine. I still have him.
My phone is
Saved.
sitting on top of it playing Tycho's chorus on loop.
on the second loop, I'm like, oh, we should probably be quiet as we move out of the ship. In my right hand, I have a combat knife, and in the left hand, I have my pistol.
I see the sense in that. I'd turn it off.
all right,
And,
cool. I think right there is a good little spot to say that we're gonna cut it off and say that you guys are gonna at least head towards the castle at the very least, or at the very least look around the ship.
We're gonna do a once around on the ship.
And so we're gonna do a real quick hold here, and we'll be, unless there's one thing that you want to do real quick.
Analysis.
360 assessment.
It's a threat analysis.
It's a threat
then,
analysis.
yeah, I'm taking point here. This is my gig.
All right, so we will be
we
right back. We'll say 5
roll
minutes.